Yo, what's going on guys, it's Bertrude, welcome back to the channel. Today we're using a build that is all about gravity. We're not using any of the spells, but we are using a select few of my favourite gravity based weapons. So this is another level 168 build guys. We've got 70 vigour, 38 endurance as we're using some very heavy weapons. We've got 70 strength and 23 intelligence. All pretty straightforward stuff. In our flask we're using the magic shrouding crack tier to boost our magic attacks and the opaline heart tier for the extra damage negation. And here's a quick look at our armour and our talismans. All pretty standard stuff, nothing too fancy going on there. We've got a really nice selection of gravity themed weapons on the build, the first of these being the Alabaster's Lord Sword, and with that we pair it with the Clean Rot's Knight Sword, and the Ash of War on that is the Stormblade. To mix up the playstyle we also have the option to use two Meteoric Ore Blade Katanas, another really cool gravity themed weapon. Now this is where the build gets really interesting. In our offhand we'll always be carrying either the Falling Star Beastjaw with that long range Ash of War, or the Ruin's Greatsword, again with a really powerful Ash of War. These two weapons can make for some really cool mix-ups when mixed with the playstyles of our main weapons. And that's the build guys, this is a really strong build as you'll see from the invasions. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content, but besides that guys, it's time for you lot to sit back, relax and enjoy the video. So guys, we're here for our first invasion. I hope you're all having an awesome day. Thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the video. I chose this invasion first because it really showcases just how powerful this build actually is. We're using the Meteoric Ore Blades on this one. Two really cool katanas. I think these are quite overlooked, but they do fit the theme of the build perfectly. You'll see the Ash of War is very effective, and there we go, this is what the build is all about. Drag them in with the Gravitas Ash of War. Quick swap to the Ruin's Greatsword, we absolutely destroy the summon, the horse is one shot and the PvE finishes the job for us. This is another really good invasion that showcases just how good this build is guys, only this time we're not using the Meteoric Ore Blade, we're using the Alabaster's Lord Sword. I thought this summon was on his own for a while, I didn't know where the host was, so I'm kind of looking around, you'll see me checking behind me where the host is. Nowhere to be seen, so I put a little bit of pressure on this summon. The Alabaster's Lord Sword is a fantastic weapon guys, it's quite overlooked. You see we did a good chunk of damage with it there, and then we managed to finish that summon off with the Falling Star Beastjaw. Now it's just me and the host and we can have a little bit of fun, and I can demonstrate just how much pressure this build can apply. It's so handy having the Falling Star Beastjaw in our offhand, just being able to whip it out whenever we get someone low health. That is the combo on this build guys, I actually like to call it the Grav and Tag. That was the initial thing that gave me the inspiration for this build. It was the Grav and Tag combo. You pull them in with the Gravitas on either the Meteoric Ore Blade or the Alabaster's Lord Sword. You pull them in and then you do a quick swap to the Falling Star Beastjaw when they're low and they're rolling away, they're not expecting the swap, and it's a really good way to finish them off when they're at low health. We're instantly faced with some Dragon Breath spam in this invasion as soon as we got anywhere close to the host, but as you'll see throughout this video we have a few little techniques with this build that means that the Dragon Breath spam isn't quite as an issue for us. We have ways of dealing with it. We managed to finish the summon off there with the Falling Star Beastjaw, now we can go and focus on the host. It seems that he's got quite low resistance with his armour choice, but he's using a really cool sword, so either way I respect his style and I like the character that he's made. As you can see there, not much health. We finish him off with one jumping attack with the katanas. We're in one of my favourite invasion spots for this one, down in Noxtella. The spawns here can be a little bit dodgy sometimes, but this one was fine, so on this occasion we're all good. Unfortunately the summon falls off the ledge there before we manage to get to the duo, so it's just me and the host before the fight's even started. The PvE isn't too aggroed onto him though at the minute, so it's a pretty fair fight. It looks like he's using the big colossal hammer there, quite a slow weapon, so I can really take my time with this one. and try and find some nice little combos in between his big slow swings. Fair play to the horse there, he got a really nice little dodge from the Ash of War from the Ruins Greatsword, so he's obviously paying attention, he's watching what I'm doing. But as I said, he's using a really slow swinging weapon, and that suits our playstyle when we use the Alabaster's Lord Sword and the Clean Rot's Knight Sword, because we can do some nice little pokes in between his really slow swings. But we finish him off with a really good combo from the Ash of War from the Alabaster's Lord Sword, combo that into the Ash of War from the Ruins Greatsword, and it's just a little bit too much for him to handle. If there's one thing I've learned from my time invading an Elden Ring so far, it's never to trust a gank at the first step. They always act like they want to just one-on-one, they wait up on that little ledge on the edge there looking down. You know, they want the honest duel. Yeah, it always starts that way, but trust me guys, it never finishes that way. So every time I invade in this spot and they're just waiting there like a couple of little meerkats, I just run up and aggro them. I just attack and I just start the invasion and I aggro the 2-on-1 or the 3-on-1. Whichever it may be. The summon was really lucky to survive there, and again with the Stormblade, and then the Fallen Star Beastjaw, what a lucky boy, he just managed to get the healing pot off. If he didn't manage to get that heal, it would have certainly been dead. Really unfortunate there for our fellow invader. Unfortunately for us, the summon managed to kill him, so we're back to a 2-on-1 gank. I'll try my best to avenge him. Hopefully we get another fellow invader in to help us with this one, but the horse turns off the Taunter's tongue. Talk about cowardice, guys. Like, what's the point in ganking, activating the tongue, killing the fellow invader and then turning the tongue off? It's just a scuffed system, it needs a rework big time. You should not be able to do that in my opinion. But it doesn't really matter because we just killed a summon with the grab and tag combo, pulled him in with the Alabaster's Lord Sword, quick swap to the Fallen Star Beastjaw and we managed to take him out. The grab and tag, I absolutely love it. So effective, claimed me so many victims. I'm not going to lie, I was desperate to win this invasion at this point. After seeing the horse turn off the tongue, I wanted nothing more than to take him out. And take him out we did. And I'm not one to teabag often, but when they deserve it, I will gladly put my balls on their face. And that horse really did deserve it. I hope they tasted good, I hope they were nice and sweaty after that fight, and I hope you have nightmares about it for the rest of the month. I had to be really careful with this duo at the Dragon Barrow. As you can see, one of them's using the dual giant crushers and he's looking for the jumping attack, and if that lands it's going to do some big damage. So I spent a little bit of time just dancing around with them, just trying to feel them out a bit, trying to find an opening to attack. The guy does manage to land a jumping attack on me and it does some big damage, but I try and use that to my advantage because I know that's going to bring them in. They're going to rush me and try and collapse on me, but that brings them in range to do the grab and tag and I manage to take out the summon. I do still need to really respect the horse though because he's capable of doing some big damage with those jumping attacks. Although they are slow weapons, like I said, they can do half a health in one hit, so I've got to respect him. I do really like the katanas on this build, the meteoric katanas. You don't often see them, you don't see people using them too often. There's a lot of different katanas that are more popular. They are very good and they really do suit a strength intelligence build. If they've got one drawback, as you could see there on the crouching attack that I just did, they're a little bit short. You've got to be quite close for them to actually land. They are lacking a bit of length, unlike something, say, I don't know, like the Nagakiba. Obviously a very long katana. These are a little bit on the shorter side, but they're still really cool and I really like the Ash of War on them, and they do good damage on this build as well. Now look at this shambles that I've spawned into. This duo absolutely spamming the hell out of the Dragon Breaths. It's genocide, it's absolute genocide for the frogmen down here in the Mogwin Palace. So I decide to make a change in my weapons. I take the Fallen Star Beastjaw off the build and I switch it to the Ruins Greatsword. I just thought that would have been a better plan of attack for this invasion. I know that I'm going to have to polish through the Dragon Breaths at some point, and the Ash of War in this one is really good for counteracting that spell. As I said earlier, the Dragon Breaths aren't as much of an issue with this build, as you can see there. We poise through, the Ash of War does some big damage and it lands. And if they're doing the Dragon Breath and we send that Ash of War out, they're still going to be in the animation by the time the Ash of War gets to them, so it's guaranteed to hit. As I said, Dragon Breath's pretty reasonable on this build. Now this invasion, when I started this one, I'd been on a really good run of taking out quite a few ganks, and I'd had quite a few wins, so I was in a really good mood when I actually invaded this guy here. And I thought he was on his own, so I didn't just jump over to him and start the fight straight away. I thought I'd have a little bit of a play and say hello, just be a little bit friendly. Like I say, he caught me in a good mood. As you can see, I give him a few runes here. I can be friendly, I'm a friendly invader when I want to be. But I turned around and I saw that there was two of them. Straight away my mindset changed. I thought about picking the runes back up there, but I thought, nah, if one of them wants them, they can have them. But as soon as I realised there was two, I put my game face on and I decided it was time to fight. Another really strong combo there for the grab and tag for the kill. Such a powerful combo, guys, and it doesn't just have to be the Falling Star Beast Jaw, it obviously works with the Ruins Greatsword as well. The same principles apply. You pull them in with the Alabaster's Lord's Pull or the Gravitas on the Meteoric Ore Blade. You pull them in and then you switch to the other weapon and you get the Ash of War out on that while they're rolling away. It works really well with both weapons, and both times it does extremely good damage. Another really nice feature about this build is having the thrusting sword in the offhand. It's a really good option to have when your opponents are at low health. As you can see, we just got the kill on the summon there with a little poke from the thrusting sword. It's really good, and it's a really good addition for the build. Also the Ash of War that we're using on it, the Storm Blade. I know it doesn't really suit the gravity theme of this build, but I've been using it on the build for so long, it just feels like it belongs there. Again, we just got the kill on the host with the thrusting sword. It's just a really good tool to have, and I've not made many builds that have an offhand thrusting sword, so I really enjoy playing it on this one using that kind of style. I remember when I invaded this guy I was pretty confused. He seems like he's in his own little world. I don't know if he was tripping balls or what. I was kind of waiting for an enemy to appear on my screen. I thought he was fighting something, but he's obviously got no chill. Look at this, straight into it. He's fighting ghosts, boys. He's fighting ghosts. I don't know what he's looking at there, but he's not looking at me. It was about 10 miles away from me when he did that Ash of War. He's the most unchillest host I think I've ever seen, but we take it to him. He deserves a good fight, even though he is wearing the white mask. You know, get rid of that mask. Honestly, if you're wearing that mask against me, you're going to get no mercy. Don't you just love spawning in Mount Gelmir, right next to one of these little mini volcano things? Half my health right as we spawn in, melting. That's just what I want. Anyway, this is a short invasion, guys, this one, but it demonstrates again the absolute power of this build. Check this out. We take the summon out without any issues, and then a turn and burn with the Ash of War there on the Ruins Greatsword, and it's just a one shot on the host. Shortest invasion of the video, but definitely one of the more stylish. It took me a minute to locate this duo, but as soon as I did, it was straight into the action. Using a couple of pretty cool setups. The host is using the Gargoyle's Greatsword, I think, either that or the Gargoyle's Black Sword, one of the two, I'm not sure which. But it's a really cool sword, and the Ash of War in it is massively underrated. Yeah, really cool weapon. But if someone could tell me how the hell I'm alive, like what is my health there? It must be at like -1 or something. But I made the decision there not to heal straight away. I noticed an opportunity where I could get the hit in on the summon, and I managed to kill him. If I'd have stopped and tried to heal up, I think he'd have pressed onto me and maybe killed me, or at least got a couple of 3 hits in. But I took the opportunity to kill him, and we capitalised on that, put a lot of pressure on the horse there, and we managed to kill them both for a really good win in that invasion. And so we are here, up in the mountain tops of the giants,
and I found a fat roller. Observe how he rolls around very slowly because he is fat.
Sorry about that. Just channeling my inner David Attenborough. I'm always tempted to rub my hands and get a big smile on my face whenever I see a fat roller, but it's not always that straightforward. You know, you can take advantage of them, the little heavy fat saws, the little fatty McFatsons with the fat rolls. But when they're both spamming dragon breaths at us like this, it can still be, you know, pretty awkward to deal with. So,
the fat roller! Do not underestimate him, for he may still damage you.
Just a quick side note about the level of this build, guys. In my last video I was invading at level 168 and I was talking a bit in that video about just how active this level range is. And for this video, when I was making this video invading, it was no different. I was getting invasions thick and fast all around the map. So yeah, I can't recommend level 168 enough. It really is worth trying out. This invasion was quite tricky. This duo was holding off at the top of the corridor before the frog wall, and to add to that, a blue soon spawns in as well. I made the decision early on to switch to the Ruin's Greatsword over the Fallen Star Beastjaw, just because I thought the Ash of War might be better suited to this situation. I've got to be super careful. The Summon is using the Damned Greatsword, the Host is using the Blasphemous Blade. If I play this wrong, I could be in big trouble. I think this might be my moment, guys. I managed to pull them out into the middle. I got myself a bit of space where I could attack the Summon there, and although I snapped my elbow with that final hit on the Host, I still managed to damage him to get the win. This invasion was quite funny, guys. It's a bit of a mess. My actual connection on this one to the Host is all over the place. My connection to the Summon isn't too bad, but as you can see, oh yeah, it's a bit of a mess, guys, but I've chosen to keep it in just for the comedy value. I've got to be careful of this Summon using the Rivers of Blood, but the Ash of War and the Ruin's Greatsword manages to hold him at bay for now. I spot a moment where I can use the Alabaster's Lord's Pull, and I make a quick swap to the Ruin's Greatsword, and I manage to land the Ash of War for some big damage. Another quick swap to the Thrusting Sword, and then the Stormblade finishes the Summon in style. And what the hell was that kill on the Host? I did say that our connection was a bit scuffed, but I don't know what killed him. I don't know what killed him, boys, but something killed him, and I'll take it. We get the win. And unfortunately, guys, this is the last invasion of the video. I hope you've had a good time watching this one. As I've mentioned a couple of times, this build is super strong. I think I won like 90% of my invasions on this one. I got all the invasions just over the course of 2 or 3 invasion sessions. Yeah, really strong build. I can't recommend it enough if you fancy trying it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, if you like the content. But besides that, you lot just take it easy, look after yourselves, look after each other, and I'll see you all next time.